Hi guys, Ancient Warrior. Welcome back to Prepping USA. If you like what you hear here, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, oh well. And if you want to be the first on your block to know what craziness I'm talking about next, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Something wicked this way comes. You know, folks, and I look at YouTube a bunch, but there's definitely something in the air. I look at the cities who are burning right now. You've got New York City. I saw in the paper today, or in the New York Post, an 18-year-old man was beaten and set on fire and died from his injuries. Children are being shot down in the streets of New York City. Chicago. Last weekend, 40 people were shot, and I don't remember if it was 3 or 4 died. That's 3 or 4 too many. Then, police went to apprehend a guy who decided he was going to try to exchange gunfire with the police and got shot. And the locals decided, oh, this is a perfect time to do what we want to do, so they rioted. The word went out that the police had killed a 15-year-old boy, or a 15-year-old. And they went through the area called the Magnificent Mile and started looting. Rioting and looting. Hey, Lori Lightfoot, mayor of Chicago. You got it under control yet? You ain't got squat under control. Control is a falsehood. Then, Seattle. The police chief, a black female police chief, after they cut the budget to the Seattle Police Department in half, and I do understand it's in half by the article I read, she resigned because she doesn't want to be there and watch good men and women die because of the stupidity of liberals. You know, I told you in one of my last shows, I think it was last week, I told you about the lies of gun control. Here's the lie from communism that it works. Communism has never worked anywhere. The Castro boys back in the 50s sold a bill of goods to the Cuban people. Then they turned Che Guevara loose on the people. Do you know the numbers of the people he killed are still not totally known? And then I see a lot of young American kids wearing a picture of this monster on a shirt because they don't know what he did. The Cubans the people that are in charge, the communists, they love the guy because he did their bidding. If I remember right, he ended up dying in Mexico. Oh, by the way, he's not even Cuban. He's Mexican. But he died in Mexico at the hands of the federales. And here we are, day 80 of the Portland riots. Yes, I said day 80. But according to Ted Wheeler, the problem was the federal agents that swarmed in, as he called it, swarmed in. Boys and girls, all they did was swapping agents out for other agents. Guess what? The rioting still goes on. Folks, something wicked this way comes. The evil one is in charge. Then the lies that they've been trying to spread against Trump. He's going to cut Medicare and Social Security. He's been the staunchest defender of those two programs of any president I've seen. He's done more to help the people than the Democrats have done in the last 50 years. Folks, something wicked is here. I associate with some really high-tech and highfalutin people. Now, whether it's an asteroid coming through the solar system and gonna bounce off our atmosphere, or if it's meteors coming after Jupiter moves, I don't worry about those things. Those things I can deal with. Hell, I may look up and a rock hit me. It's all over. I don't worry about nothing. What does scare me is those little idiots that are running around thinking they're in control. Now, why do I call them idiots? Actually, they're intended idiots. Most of them are very low IQ and minorly educated. They get into mom and daddy's basement and they play video games. I think that's the way life really is. And they listen to the leftists who haven't told the truth in 50 years. Folks, these people have unintended consequences on our society. Let me tell you what Hitler, Stalin, Mao, every dictator through history has done with those so-called idiots. The intended idiots, as I call them. And that is, folks, they're executed. They're rounded up and put in prisons for their crimes by their totalitarian regime that they thought loved them. You see, these people are thinking they're going to get power. What they're actually going to get is a grave. The original Antifa guys worked as Hitler's brown shirts because they thought they were going to come into power. What did Hitler do? Night of Long Knives. He sent the SS, the Gestapo, out to start rounding these people up. Oh, by the way, let me tell you what these brown shirts consisted of. Hippies, beatniks, bohemians, whatever you want to call them. Gays and lesbians. Mentally deficient. They were considered mentally deficient individuals. And the ones that didn't die on the Night of Long Knives went to concentration camps. The ones who actually did get away out of Germany went to Russia and went to work for Stalin. And after World War II, Stalin got tired of them with their constant whining and bitching. So what happened? The few that got away from Russia and migrated either to England, France, or America, they couldn't go back to Germany because they already had enough problems. There were warrants out for most of them. But they started an underground movement here. A guy named Khrushchev, Nikita Khrushchev, he was the Supreme Soviet of Russia at the time, of the USSR. He went to Congress, did a joint meeting of Congress and Senate, and he informed them, and this is back in the 50s, he informed them then that the communists wouldn't have to fire a shot, that we would be taken over. You see, they play long ball. We've been playing short games. People have no idea how bad things are going to get. I hate to be Debbie Downer today, or Donnie Downer, or whatever. But this is why I'm constantly after you folks. Start prepping. Get a good year to 2 years worth of preps in your home before election time. Is this panic buying time? Well, could be for some of you. But you need to get it done. And we're going to talk about, in the next couple of videos, we're going to talk about some other things you need to know. So, with that being said, I'm the Ancient Warrior. Have a blessed day. And remember, it's better to have and not need than need and not have. And I'm out of here.